Good morning, students. Today, 21st of November 2020. In the previous class, we have already started the explanation of the chapter, The Making of a Scientist. Okay. So, before we proceed to the next page, let us revise some of its part that we have already taught. So, this story is related to Richard Ebright, and we have seen that how talented the boy was, and he is very much fond of collecting different species of butterflies, and he was very much excited in the science fair, and then he decided that he really wanted to do a real experiment, right? So he just tried to do the theory that was that viceroy butterflies, they are copy the monarch's butterfly. Okay, he just want to find out that the viceroy butterflies are just copying the monarch's butterfly. The theory was that viceroy looks like monarchs because monarchs don't taste good to birds. So the more they look like monarchs, the less likely they are to become a bird's food. The more they are looking like a monarchs, the viceroy butterflies, they may look like monarchs, but they are not trying to copy with them. So they more look like that, but they are not become the bird's food. वो birds का food नहीं बन पाते थे. Birds का food तो monarch butterflies ही होते थे. Birds viceroy type की butterflies को अपना शिकार नहीं बनाते थे. His project was to see if birds would eat monarchs also, complete monarchs. उन्हें बहुत monarchs अच्छा लगता था. But when they are mingled with each other, okay, when they are mingled with each other, they are mingling that oyster butterflies and the monarch butterflies. In that situation, the birds likely to eat monarch type of butterflies. Sometimes it happens that they are facing the difficulty to find out which one is that. Okay, so in this case, Mr. Richard Ebright, he just tried to find out that whether they like to eat the viceroy type of birds, viceroy type of butterflies or not. Okay, so now we will continue page number 36, right? Page number 36. So in this page, let us try to read it. That in his second year in high school, Richard Ebright began the research that led to his discovery of an unknown insect hormone. Indirectly, it also led to his new theory on the life of cells. The question he tried to answer was simple. What is the purpose of the 12 tiny gold spots on a monarch pupa? So here, the question is there in the, he found, Albert tried to find out the starling would not eat ordinary, starling is जो oily type के bird होते हैं, would they like to eat the different type of bird? It would eat all the monarchs. So birds, they would like to eat all the monarchs it would get. Whatever they get, the different types of monarchs, they would like to eat it. उन्हें monarchs में भी जो different species होते हैं, वो उसे भी खाना पसंद करते हैं. This project was placed first in the zoology division. This project, the Ebrights tried to find out that whether the butterflies tried to eat monarch type of butterflies or viceroy type of butterfly. So this was first just put it in the zoology division. Okay. It came third. The experiment, the theory thesis, it came third position in overall science fair. The theory, the concept, the experiment, which Ebright tried to find out, it stood on third position in the science fair. In his second year in high school, Ebright just wanted to research something new. He laid the discovery of an unknown insect hormone. Unknown one. Unknown insect hormone. You just try to find out. Indirectly, it led to a new theory, new experiment, new thesis on the life of a cell. Again, he wants to try to implement a new theory to find out the life on the cells. So, the question he tried to find out in this, the question he tried to find out, the answer was simple, but the question is that what is the purpose of the 12 tiny gold spots on a monarch pupa? What is the purpose behind it that the 12 tiny gold spots is there on the monarch pupa? Okay. Everyone there is assumed that the spots were just ornamental. The spots were just ornamental. But Dr. Frederick didn't believe this concept. Okay, Dr. Frederick didn't believe this concept. So everyone assumed the spots were just ornamental, looking wise, decorative one. But Dr. Urquhart didn't believe it. To find the answer, Ebright and another excellent science student first had to build a device that showed the spots were producing a hormone necessary for the butterfly's full development. Okay, so Dr. Frederick didn't believe this concept. He just tried to find out the appropriate answer of this. To find the answer, Ebright and another one science student, they built a device. Ebright और एक और साइंस स्टूडेंट ने इस क्वेश्चन का आंसर पता करने के लिए एक डिवाइस का इन्वेंशन किया. It shows that the spots were producing a hormone. The spots which were there in the monarch pupa, it is produced due to the hormone. It was necessary for the butterfly's full development, full growth. These spots were necessary for the full growth of the butterfly. उन्होंने find out किया कि जो spots थे, it is because of hormone present in their body. And for the full growth and development of the butterfly, it needs it. This project, next paragraph, this project was Ebright's first place in the county fair and entry into the International Science and Engineering Fair. There he won 3rd place for zoology. Zoology is a subject. He also got a chance to work during the summer at the entomology laboratory of the Walter Reed Army Institute of Research. As a high school junior, Richard continued his advanced experiments on the monarch pupa. That year, his project won 1st place at the International Science Fair and gave him another chance to work in the Army laboratory during the summer. So, this project, the first project, he just tried to find out the device in that he won the Ebright's 1st place in the county fair. It also won the entry into the International Science Fair and Engineering Fair. इसके बाद जब उन्हें इस प्रोजेक्ट के लिए फर्स्ट पोजीशन मिला और ये फर्स्ट पोजीशन मिलना एक एंट्री थी जिसके थ्रू वो इंटरनेशनल साइंस एंड इंजीनियरिंग में एंटर हुए. Okay, then he won 3rd place for the zoology. He got a chance, that is golden chance, to work in Walter Reed Army Institute of Research. Golden chance. इस इंस्टीट्यूट में जाने का चांस बहुत कम लोगों को या साइंटिस्ट को मिलता था. But Albert got that golden chance to work in, काम करने का मौका मिला. Where? Walter Reed Army Institute of Research Center. Okay. Next paragraph. In his later year, he went to step further. He grew cells from monarch's wing in a culture and showed that the cells would divide and develop into normal butterfly wings scales only if they were fed the hormone from the gold spots. That project won first place for the zoology at the international fair. He spent the summer after graduation doing further work at the Army laboratory and at the laboratory of the US Department of Agriculture. The following summer, after his freshman year at Howard University, Albright went back of the laboratory of the Department of Agriculture and did more work on the hormone for the gold from the gold spots. Using the laboratory's sophisticated instruments, he was able to identify the hormone's chemical structure. So, as in here, the author says that as a high school junior, he continued his advanced experiment on the monarch pupa. He continued his experiment. That year, his project again won the first prize in the International Science Fair. In his senior year, he grew cells from the monarch's wing in a culture. He grew cells from the monarch wings. He showed that the cells would divide. The cells would divide and develop into normal butterfly wing cells. उन्होंने ये पता किया कि किस तरह से cells को divide किया जाए, develop किया जाए. This would only if they were fed the hormones from the gold spot. Gold spot में जो hormone it is because of that all things is possible. That project won the first place for zoology at the international fair. He also worked at the Army lab and the US Department of Agriculture's lab. Then again, the following summer, Albright again went back to the Department of Agriculture and there he worked for the hormone theory. In this way, he just proceeded step by step. And finally, he was able to identify the hormone's chemical structure present in the butterfly. Last में उसका structure, chemical structure find out कर लिया था, बनाया था, made it, right? Next paragraph. A year and a half later, during his junior year, Albright got the idea for his new theory about cell life. It came while he was looking at X-ray photos of the chemical structure of a hormone. When he saw those photos, Albright didn't shout, "Eureka!" or even "I have got it," but he believed that, along with his findings about insects, hormones, the photos gave him the answer to one of the biologist's puzzles: how the cell can read the blueprint of its DNA. DNA is the substance in the nucleus of a cell that controls heredity. It determines the form and function of the cell. Thus, DNA is the blueprint of life. So here, the author says that a year and a half later, 8 साल बाद, Albright got an idea of same theory about the new cell. He did so while उसने ऐसा इसलिए किया था कि while in extra photos this chemical, while looking into the X-ray report, this chemical structure of that, the photos gave him the answer to one of the biologist's puzzle. Photo ने X-ray photo ने ये उन्हें पता चला कि उनको एक biology के कुछ problems थी, puzzles था, that they are trying to find out. वो puzzle ये था, it was how the cell can read the blueprint of its DNA. How the cell can read. DNA is the substance that in the nucleus of a cell, के अंदर एक substance होता है, that controls heredity. उनकी heredity को नियंत्रित करती है ना? और यही उसके जीवन का blueprint होता है, जिससे वो control कर सकता है, right? Now page turn 37. Ebright and his college roommate James R. Wong worked all that night drawing pictures and constructing plastic models of molecules to show how it could be happen. Together they later wrote the paper that explained the theory. Surprisingly, no one who knew him, Richard Ebright graduated from Harvard with highest honors, second in the class of 1510. Ebright went to become a graduate student researcher at Harvard Medical School. There he began doing experiments to test his theory. Okay, so the Ebright and his roommate, college roommate, that is Wong, James Wong, they drew pictures and they just tried to construct plastics models. Pictures, plastic models, they are trying to make it, build it. They made them to show how it could happen. Together, they later wrote the paper explaining the theory. They wrote the letter, different. They are trying to make the theory. Surprisingly, Richard graduated from Harvard University with highest honors. Highest honors means with highest honors is a particular in which you are studying the subject which you are studying particularly. किसी particular subject का बहुत गहराई से study करते हैं वो honors कहलाता है. It is there also in graduation. Graduation में भी honors लेके पढ़ना जाता है जिसमें आपको उसी पर्टिकुलर सब्जेक्ट के बारे में पढ़ना है along with other subject. आपके सब्जेक्ट में दूसरे सब्जेक्ट में ऑप्शन सब्जेक्ट में 2 बुक्स होंगे बट इफ यू आर टेकिंग ऑनर्स इट शुड बी हैविंग 4 to 5 सब्जेक्ट ऑन से पर्टिकुलर एक सब्जेक्ट के अंदर बहुत सारे बुक्स होंगे मींस यू आर गिविंग अ great emphasis on only that particular subject. So here in our case also Richards qualified from Harvard University with highest honors, means good percentage with honors. He also became a graduate student researcher. There he began experimenting to test his theory. Then he started his life after graduating in his research field. Then he started again becoming, building a new theory, trying to experiment in the new theory. If the theory proves correct, next paragraph, it will be a big step towards understanding the processes of life. It might also lead to new ideas for preventing some type of cancer and other diseases. All of this is possible because of Ebright's scientific curiosity. His high school research into the purpose of the sports on a monarch pupa eventually led him to his theory about cell life. Richard Ebright has been interested in science since he first began to collect butterflies. When he started collecting the butterflies from the starting, then his interest in science had already been there. जब उसने सबसे पहले बटरफ्लाई कलेक्टिंग शुरू की थी तभी से उसके माइंड में ये सेटअप हो चुका था कि उसे साइंटिफिक वर्ल्ड में घुसना है. Ebright also became a champion debater, very good debater and public speaker and a good canoeist and all around outdoor person. Hence we can simply say as a word in a sentence that Ebright is an all-rounder person. He's not only a good scientist or a researcher, but at the same time a debater. Okay. Then he is also an expert photographer. One more quality is photography. Then particularly of nature and scientific exhibits. Okay. Next paragraph. In high school, Richard Ebright was a straight A student, topper. Okay. Because learning was easy. He turned a lot of his energy towards the debating and model United Nations clubs. He also found someone to admire. Richard A. Vieira, his social study teacher and advisor to both clubs. Mr. Vieira was the perfect person for me then he opened my mind to new ideas. So his social teachers also counsel, motivate, inspired in his life. He also played a very important role in Albert and Richard's life. Richards would always give them extra effort. Mr. Vihare said, what pleased me was, here was this person who put in 3 or 4 hours at night doing debate research besides doing all his research with butterflies and his other interests. Though he was interested in scientific world, research field, but he was a good debater. He spent some of his few hours in the debating some topic. That is also important. Scientific world, debater world. This is both the tag is different, but he tried to achieve in the both the path. दोनों ही डिबेटर और एक साइंटिफिक वर्ल्ड में बहुत डिफरेंट पाथ है, लेकिन मिस्टर रिचर्ड एब्राइट ने दोनों को ही अपना वैल्यूज माना, दोनों पर ही कंसंट्रेट किया. Richard was, next paragraph, Richard would always give them extra effort and he put hours at night during debate research. Richard was competitive, Mr. Very continued, but not in a bad sense. He explained. Richard wasn't interested in winning for winning's sake or winning to get a prize. Rather, he was winning because he wanted to do the best job he could. For the right reason, he wants to be the best. His motto is not to achieve success or win something to get prize, to get a reward. उसे किसी चीज को हासिल करने के लिए प्राइज विनर, अवार्ड विनर का नहीं था. उसे जो करना था उसमें उसको बेस्ट दिखाना था, वही उसका मेन मोटिव था. दैट इज देयर. उसमें वो विनर हासिल हो, प्राइज मिले, अवार्ड मिले, रिवॉर्ड मिले, इसके लिए उसने ये सब चीज नहीं की. उसने जो चीज फाइंड आउट की उसको परफेक्टनेस उसमें लाया, परफेक्टली उसने अपना काम को रिजल्ट तक पहुंचाया, उसका आउटकम बहुत अच्छा है. Last paragraph of the lesson. And that is one of the ingredients in the making of a scientist. Start with a first-rate mind. Add curiosity. Mix in the will to win for the right reason. Starting the ingredients, put it in his life. जो ingredients उसकी life में आए. Starting first fixed-rate mind. पहले mind से. With curiosity rise. Then it all makes to win and achieve the success. Ebright has these qualities of. From the time the book, The Travels of Monarchs X, opened the world of science to him. Richard Ebright has never lost his scientific curiosity. कभी भी उन्होंने अपनी scientific curiosity हमेशा बरकरार रखी. Every time he tried to find out some or the other thing. He never loses hope. He never got tired or exhausted. He do what he wants it. He achieve what he did. तो उसे चाहिए था उसने उसका अचीव किया. Not for the sake of winning anything. जीतने के लिए नहीं किया उसका. Prize के लिए नहीं किया. But what he want to do it, he tried to achieve that. With his supreme power, will, strong determination. Right? So, this is there. So, I hope whatever we have discussed, it must be clear to you, isn't it? So, read the chapter thoroughly once again so that no doubts will be there. I hope whatever we have discussed, it is clear now. Thank you.